Behind me is a 1991 Nissan Figaro, and I actually did not plan to make this video, but this car literally fell on my lap. So I am going to walk around inside and outside and cover all the details of actually what this little tiny JDM gem is. Can we just take a minute to enjoy the view? Look at this beautiful, bashful green, little tiny Nissan Figaro. This car is unbelievable in person, as it's like driving a little tiny go-kart with a retractable roof. There are a ton of things that make this car unique and special, so let's cover them. Now, the Nissan Figaro is part of the Nissan Pike series of cars from the late 80s and the early 90s. And that included the B1, the Escargot, and the POW. Now, what makes them the Pike series cars is they were actually designed at the Pike Factory. Starting in 1987 is when the B1 was introduced, and it had a nostalgic modern charm, and there were only 10,000 units sold via lottery. Next up was the POW, and that was a retro model that had an optional canvas top, and they made over 50,000 units of those. And up next in 1991 was the Nissan Figaro, and it was a very popular convertible that had kind of like a high-end European charm to it, but very Japanese at the same time. They were also nicknamed the bubble cars due to their production during Japanese bubble economy. But since I have the Figaro in front of me, let's start talking about all the details that make this just the ultimate quirky early 90s Nissan car. Ah yes, the Figaro emblem. Not your traditional Nissan emblem, but it still does say Nissan on it. It has almost like a fleur-de-lis kind of look, and it does not have that typical Nissan hamburger that we are all used to. The front of this just cracks me up. It looks like a fish. It looks like a fish swimming that's kind of nervous, but it's just going with the flow. With the round headlights and that mouth-like grille, it cracks me up. One thing that I want to point out is this mesh grille below is actually metal, and it adds to the appeal of the front bumper. Even down below, all of this trim is real metal. In fact, there's real metal trim all over the car. Down the fender, down the doors, down the rear, around the roof, down the sides. There is real metal detail all over this car. So even though you think this might be some cheap economy car, it's actually not. Have you seen a cuter wheel? Seriously, this is a 165/70/12. This is a 12-inch wheel, and it cracks me up. And there is no Nissan emblem on that center cap. That is simply a Figaro. Now, you know we can't talk about the design of the Figaro without talking about the retractable roof. That was a huge appeal of this car, as it was a tiny little two-seater. Actually, it's a four-seater. I'll get into that. That had a retractable roof, giving you this open air kind of feel, which is just so weird for this car, for the era, for the time. It was just a really odd car. And of course, it has this crazy wood and metal luggage rack on the back of this tiny little trunk. What's really funny about this car is it has this like old school throwback 50s kind of style, but it's a 1991. I love the fact that Nissan was doing these crazy cars up into the 90s that look like this 50s JDM throwback. I love it. Now, if you have no idea what this is, looking at the back of it isn't going to help. It looks like this little European or British sports coupe that even has a dual exhaust. Oh, yes, it's got a dual exhaust because it's got a raging engine under the hood, which we'll talk about shortly. But as you can see, there's a panel here with a keyhole. Let's check it out. Now, before we pop that panel open, let's take a peek at the key. No Nissan key here, Figaro. And if you're wondering what's back here, it is the world's tiniest spare tire with the cutest little spare jack. I couldn't make this up if I tried. Now let's pop the hood and look at the tiny little engine that's powering this tiny little JDM gem. Now, if you're up here looking to pop the hood, I mean, seriously, did you expect it to open normal? Have you seen the car? Oh yes, under the hood of this little baby Figaro is Nissan's MA10 ET engine with 998 cc with 75 horsepower and a tiny little turbo. Now, if you thought the outside was strange, get ready for the inside because it is loaded with wildness. Let's go check it out. Now, climbing into the Figaro, when you go to grab the door handle, there is actually an additional latch which gives it that satisfying click. Now, the door panel on the Figaro isn't that interesting, aside from the fact that the switchgear looks like the fleur-de-lis style logo all around the car, and it even has power windows with an automatic roll down for the driver and a lock in this odd car from 1991. To the right of your steering wheel, you're going to have some lights here. You're going to have some warning lights, a seatbelt light, an oil light, even for the rear defroster. But then you see these toggle switches, and that's actually how you put on your rear defrost. And yes, a power antenna. Looking at the steering wheel, there's no emblem. It doesn't say Figaro, Nissan, nothing. It's a simple, stylish green circle that matches the green on the dash, and that's where the horn is. Behind the steering wheel, you have your light controls and your blinker, and then you also have your wiper controls over here. Now, what's interesting is for being a 90s Nissan, all of those cars shared the same stocks. This car has its own unique stock that actually matches the steering column and the steering wheel. Very stylish. Now, behind that stylish steering wheel, you have got your gauges. To your right, you have got your kilometers and an analog clock that tells you what time it is. And to the left, you have a readout for your kilometers, you have your fuel gauge, and you have your temperature gauge. They are very simple and very analog. And right there is where your blinker readout is. So if you're going left or right, it's going to blink green. In the center of the dash, you do have air conditioning. Oh yes, air conditioning in your Figaro. You toggle it on with this toggle here, and then you can pick your temperature, how fast the fan, and where it's going. Do you want it on your face or do you want it on your foot? That cracks me up, and I think every car should give you that option. And a little side note, these vents and that, it looks like a mouth. Now let's talk radio. Now this one has one, and it also has a CD player. And it also looks like it has Bluetooth because it has a phone button here. Now, I am convinced this is aftermarket. However, on the tape deck, it does say Figaro. So what I'm assuming is this was a later option. Either way, having a radio with a CD player and potentially Bluetooth in this car is hilarious. If you can guess what's in this glove box, I will personally find you and give you a high five because you're not expecting what's in it. A boost gauge. Oh yeah, in the glove box of your little baby Figaro, there's a boost gauge and a couple cup holders. And below the glove box, if you need additional storage, you have this little shelf with this little netting that's held up by 2 strings, and it kills me. The things in this car are wild. And if you like the color green, it's everywhere. That's the color of the dash. And yes, that is the factory mint green carpet. I couldn't make it up if I tried. You even have some subtle green piping around the seat. And since we're talking about seats, if you thought that this was a 2-seater, oh no, it's a 4-seater. Apparently you can put a human being or something back here. It has seatbelts, but I literally don't know who or what could fit. However, it does have the same green carpet. Now, if you're wondering how to get into the back where the roof is, I'll show you. In the driver's footwell to the left leg on that center console is a release for the trunk. Let's pull it. I mean, did you expect it to open up any less quirky? Now, once you get that panel open, you can see that this is where the roof is kept. And it is just a very simple lift. I am doing this by myself while filming. And then you can see you now have a roof on your Figaro. Once you're inside, you can pull it down and latch it. And that's how simple it is. This roof is seriously that simple. And then just a quick close and we are back to open air driving. So if you're wondering what it's like driving a Nissan Figaro, it is hysterical. When you accelerate, even though it's got a 3-speed automatic and 70-something horsepower, it moves because it's extremely light. And it's got a little baby turbo to help it along the road. Now, when you're on the road, you're small. Cars cannot see you. You better be alert because pickup trucks, they can't see you. You're this tiny little car in this lane and you're not going to be seen. So be aware of your surroundings. And when you're at a red light, everyone's going to look at you because no one knows what it is. There's no discerning badges that really scream Nissan Figaro. You know, it looks like this anonymous, British or European sports car. And it's wild because you've got this rooftop that's open. The car looks like it's from the 50s, yet you've got this turbocharged engine. It's just wild. And this is why I love Nissan, and this is why I love JDM and old school stuff, because there is truly nothing like this car. Now, if you have watched this video and just fallen in love with a Nissan Figaro, well, you can get one. They're not terribly uncommon, but they are expensive. Let's talk about it. Now, you can find a Figaro between $10,000 and $15,000. However, this one is in exceptional condition, has 71,000 kilometers, and you can look to spend between $20,000 and $30,000 on this little baby JDM gem. And if you are looking for one, check out Duncan Imports because they have everything you could imagine, JDM, American, and all the rare and low mileage things you could ever want. Now, this video was very impromptu. As of 2 hours ago, I didn't even know this car was going to be in my possession. But that just goes to show that you should like and subscribe because you never know what I'm going to drive next.